Top of the morning. Welcome back to the channel. Salute to the gangland. I had a story time for y'all. I was able to figure out the storage on my phone. But salute to y'all for 200 subs. I think I'm a little bit over 200. You know, keep running it up, running it up. This will be a story time on how I came into finding out who my biological dad was. It started way back growing up in a foster home. You know, I initially turned 5 years old in the foster home. Was landed in the system behind, my mom's lifestyle. Either it was drugs, and it was a lot of it. But as I got older and time went on, me being in a foster home and everything of that nature, I've always wanted to, find out who he was. I've heard stories about where he may have been. I heard stories about him being in the service. Years go by, I landed up with a picture of him and my mom on a bus. But, consider Colin Maury, all them shows where you was like, oh yeah, they help you, locate this, that, and the third. And I've called a couple times and, I got discouraged, I gave up. In the back of my mind, I was like, one day, so just before my 39th birthday, through social media, I got in contact with my mom's best friend, which is my godmom, right? And I was getting off of work, as you know, like I live in and take care of my mom, but I got home, and as soon as I walked in the door, I seen her. And, I didn't know this lady from a can of paint other than seeing her face on Facebook. And as soon as I walked in the door, she was like, you look just like your daddy. I'm like, I look just like him. Where he at? Right? Oh, he's somewhere on Facebook. You got a Facebook? Man, hold up, pull it up. I pulled my phone out fast, like, I need the info. I need to find out who Pop Dukes is, right? So, she pulled it up, his name is Anthony Council, look it up. He got pictures of his dog on his profile picture. I bet. So, I go through that. I look up the picture. I show her. She's like, yep, that's him. I instantly jump right into messages. Hey, what's up, this, that, and the third, whoop, whoop, my name is such and such, and, I got the info from, my godmom, and, I've mentioned her name, but I ain't gonna say it here on YouTube, but, I was like, you might be my dad. So, time goes on, I would say probably like a day, or maybe it's been hours, right? I don't know if it was the same day or the following day. And he sent me a message back, like, what? Like, confused, like, and where do you live? I'm like, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. He was like, I was like, I have one picture of you and my mom. He was like, send a picture. So I, boom, instantly get on my phone, scrolling through. I find the picture, I send it to him. And come to find out, when he gets his picture, he was like, well, that looks like my dad. And I was like, okay. So he was like, well, if you're saying this and your name is what? So I give him my name. He was like, well, I'm your brother. Boy, I went crazy. You hear me? Boy, I went crazy. So we was talking. I shot him my number. We jumped on the phone. I'm like, hey, man, you get in contact with Pops. Like, give him my number. Tell him to call me. Mind you, I give him the number. I don't know if I was too excited and I put the wrong number in. I'm pretty sure I gave him the right number. But I think my dad was calling the wrong number. So I think my brother gave him one digit off. So I was coming home from work one day, boom, my phone rang. And I looked at the area code that my brother had, which is, I think it's a 203 out there in New Haven, Connecticut. So I answer the phone. He gets on the phone, first time ever at 39 years old that I've heard my dad's voice. Bruh, you talking about going crazy. I went crazy. So we sat on the phone and we talked for hours, and we had all these conversations. And a lot of people ask me, like, if you ever do find him, since he ain't really try to, find you. I'm like, they probably don't know I exist. They may not know where I'm at. You know, so a lot of people was like, oh well, you know, will you have any type of resentment? Like, would you? I'm like, no, like I don't know who he is. So my objective is to get to know who he is, and um, time goes on. One of my little sisters, she was like, already on her way out here, so I met her first before anybody. Mind you, I got 6 siblings over on my dad's side, right? So she comes out here and we get to the strip. Well, I get to the strip to where her and her boyfriend was at the time, and oh, we're gonna be at Wahlburgers. So I go into Wahlburgers, and when I say split an image, as soon as I seen her, I was like, yep, that's my sister. We are identical. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a little older than her. But it was a good time meeting her. I was showered with gifts, which I didn't want none. But, my brother was like, hey, like, what is your size in shoes, hats? What do you like? I'm like, my favorite color is purple. Like, I like this. I like my clothes to fit. Like, this is my size and this and that and the third. When she came down, everything was in shoes, hats, clothes, shirts. I still got all this stuff today. I got a hat that he bought me, which is a Lakers hat. It's a different type of purple, but I've only probably wore that hat out one time. The shoes I got, I may have wore like 3 times, but just right before my 42nd birthday, I planned a trip in March. Now I flew out to New Haven, Connecticut, and at the time I was, smoking a little weed, so I'm thinking my brother set it up like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take care of you, don't worry about it. So I get off the plane, I meet him for the first time hugging my brother, freaking amazing. I got to, I got in the car, we're driving, this is the East Coast, my first time being on the East Coast. So we're driving through whatever, this, that, and the third, and I'm thinking we're pulling up to, where the herb was. So we get up to the house and we walking up this, that, and the third, and knocks on the door, and I'm like, getting the weed from an older gentleman? Okay, they OG still out here doing their thing, right? I walk in the door and I look, bruh, it's my dad. You talking about being excited, overly excited? Bruh, this is the first time I hugged my dad. This was the first time that I've laid eyes on him physically, in person, right before my 42nd birthday. So that was a milestone for me. You know what I'm saying? After all these years, I finally found my dad. And I had a good time. I took a week off. Man, to go hang out with my dad, man. And it was a good time. I met my other brother, seeing my other sisters for the first time. Met my oldest niece, my little nieces and nephews. I seen them all, and everybody say, you sound like that, you talk like that, you walk like that. You even when I'm standing up, like you stand like them. Y'all got that same walk. Y'all got that same, like, it's crazy, but I love it. I love it. But yeah, man, it was a good time. I did not want to leave. You know how you get that sense of like family? I had that sense of family. So I came back home, and I'm ready to go back. I seen New York for the first time with my big brother. Got on the train from New Haven, Connecticut, all the way to Times Square, which was dope. All the little videos that I see on TikTok and the Instagram, them doing the little dance channels, and the big red stairs that they got right there, and where they be dancing and all that stuff, and all the characters they got out there. I just figured it was like, a gimmick, like, even though like I knew it was real, but actually seeing it in person, bruh, life-changing experiences. So have a good relationship with my dad. I'm actually happy that he's in my life, and finally. So we talk, and here and there. We both pretty much do the same job. Like, he's a driver, I'm a driver. But yeah, you know, all my siblings out there, I love them all. But that's that. I ain't gonna take up too much of y'all time. If you guys are here for the first time, please like, comment, and sub to the channel. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me on this little story time. More to come. You know, I think I figured out the storage on my phone. But like I say, blessings to you all. You guys have a great day.